Things always get really weird when anyone like ever asks me for money now. It's always just like instantly I become overly suspect. I don't know. It's like, what do you want?
That's
you know,
the
like
YouTube thing, man. Anytime anyone asks for anything, so many people are working you, and then their palm comes up later. Soon enough, they'll be asking for something. It can be exposure, it can be cash, who knows what it is, but you just get guarded. You put walls up because the turn seems like it's always coming.
The thing that people ask of me a lot is my time. And I'm very generous with my time. Like we've got this Discord of guys who are like part of our Patreon, and like anytime someone wants to talk about whatever, like I'll jump in a call with them and like chat with them, sometimes for an hour at a time. Like my time I'll give away, but like, man, this whole idea of milking you for your money and like this repeated process of like, I guess you didn't know that it was drugs, but like it makes so much sense now that we know it's heroin and methamphetamine, like, which is an interesting combination. I don't know a lot about drug abusers, but I wasn't aware that I would have thought that you were either a heroin guy or a methamphetamine guy, like one or the other. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think it was because if they couldn't get one, they would get the other.
Yeah. But they're not the same.
Who craves fire and ice? Right? You crave one or the other.
I think they wanted anything but to feel sick from the withdrawals of heroin.
Oh, that's a good point. When you put it that way, they're almost pitiable. I don't know that like justifiable isn't the word. Like I can't wrap my head around doing it to your family, but like I think what we have to keep in mind is that these are people who if they don't rip off their son, then they're going to suffer terribly. I wish that I wish it was like a TV drama, where you could see those times when like maybe there was a time when they were like, no, let's not do this to Josh. And they were vomiting and they were crawling on the floor and just like, this is so awful. Like I bet you're with me and that if you knew that had happened just once, you could maybe forgive or understand, or at least, something.
I've tried to watch a lot of documentaries about drug addicts. I don't know if you've ever seen the YouTube channel like Soft White Underbelly, where he's just one-on-one interviewing addicts on the street and they tell their story. And I try to, I don't know, does that sound messed up? I try to watch them and they talk about how like they can think about nothing else. They don't care about anything else. It rewires the chemistry of their brain to where they're incapable of feeling that sort of, no, he's my kid. I can't do that. It's just, no, I need more. How do I fund it? And that's, I don't know. I try to understand how it changes people's brains, how it changes their attitudes. And like, it's almost like they're hijacked by something inside and like they're still in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And it can come back, but
well, it just rewires all your reward pathways. And so it's like now, whereas when you were a kid, maybe your dad gets joy taking you to a baseball game or something, gets a little dopamine hit, spending time with my son, that feels good. I like that. I'm going to do this more. You replace all that with like an artificial stream from heroin or something. And now that's so much more intense than the high you get from lifting weights or eating a reasonably healthy meal or whatever, that everything has to surround that. I jumped in because I had to go to the bathroom, but you're talking about watching videos about addicts online and stuff. Yeah, it does open your eyes to that problem because I've definitely done the same.
I was really harsh. I think I think in the videos I was. I think some of it was me just being mean, just to be mean. But that's how I felt when I was making that. I had no one to go to really, because the people that you go to are the people that are doing the thing to you. So you turn on the camera and you just talk. Just get it all out, I guess. So that's
you did a great job in those. Like the little, I think most people would have been much more brutal and meaner. Like just having like one or two, fuck you and fuck you too. Like that must have been a nice little bit of catharsis, getting that off your chest, or a little bit.
What got me as a video maker is I knew they were scripted. So I was like, is he going off script right now, or does he have like bird in parentheses on the script?
I had like notes of different examples that I wanted to hit of things that they did, but it wasn't a script. A lot of it was just me following through what I could remember happened. And then as I was making that, different examples would pop in my head. And so then I would go off a little bit, but
use bullet points. That's what I do too when I make a comparable video. It's like, yeah, these are the things I need to hit to tell this story properly.
You said that, like, you know, you've spoken to them like family members since then. It seems to revolve a lot around your dad, and you're not like having the direct communication with your mom, and it doesn't seem at all like with your sister. Is that still the way it is? Like, it's almost like your dad's the liaison for the family to talk to you.
Probably not so much anymore, since when he called me and he wasn't very sincere, he was like, you know, don't put this in one of your YouTube videos. I knew from the moment he said that I was going to do it because I wanted him to know what it feels like when someone lies to your face that you trust so much. So that's why I did it. And maybe that's mean, but
can I ask a question?
Sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know it varies from state to state. If you had recorded these phone calls, and I think you're in California, are you allowed to upload like because that's what I would do. I would record any phone calls in the future I had with them, and I would upload that as reference.
Yeah, so I'm in Utah, and it's one-party consent state, so I could do it if I wanted.
I thought for some reason I thought you were in California. We were talking about West Coast earlier. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, where did you learn to